What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and it's Halloween time, so that means we're going to be a little bit in costume. So we're going to have Japanese Tuesday be a Halloween theme. So without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about it. So what is up, guys? Hopefully you're enjoying the new and improved me. So without further ado, let's get in and break down all the fanciness that is EX5, BT-15, I mean, not EX5. So, first off, Apocalymon, definitely even with the restrictions already facing it, it's already at it's still increased 11 wins since last week. I mean, it slowed down a little bit. It probably would have been at 20 if it didn't have the restrictions come in, but it doesn't really matter. We'll cover that later. Nubusmon is looking like 25, got 10 wins, so it's picking up some momentum. Then you have Blue Purple Garurumon going at 5 new wins, so it's still holding that second place. SOC is looking at 5 new wins at 18, Bloomlord at 12, and then you do have Oryumon Digipolice at 10, definitely got 2 wins, Shine Greymon at 10. So definitely you can see that things are starting to tone down a little bit. But we have Red Black Greymon, Gallantmon actually pulling ahead of Red Black Greymon. It's been a hot second since, Red Black Greymon's been pushed down this far. Definitely seeing Shine and Red Black go down is crazy. Beelzestar at 7, 4 new wins. Yellow Vaccine, 7 new wins. Well, at 7 wins, 1 new win. Fanglongmon at 2 new wins. Mirage at 1 new win. Blue Flare, 1 new. Alter S, 1 new. We got a lot to cover, though. So, taking a look at the charts themselves, we get some very interesting here. We're at 17.9% of the meta is Apocalymon winning events. Then you do have Purple Blue Garurumon 11%, basically. Anubis at 9.7%. SOC at 7%. Bloomlord at 4.7%. Oryu Digipolice at 3.9%. It's going to come. This is what it's kind of looking like. And it's not terrible, actually, at the end of the day. I think it's got some potentials. And just even looking at it at another graph system here. Tops versus BT. Why is that? Saying BT-13. You need to be BT-15. There we go. But you can definitely see who's kind of just reigning supreme even with this. There's a lot of differences here, but we'll have to see if this continues. So, let's take a look here. So, we got Apocalymon, but this is, like, with restrictions. But what's interesting to me is if you take a look at the new card they added, and that's Ukumon here. So, once per turn, when your Digimon moves from the breeding area to battle area, you may hatch 1 Digi-Egg card to an empty space in your breeding area, then gain 1 memory. So what can be very interesting here is it could set up. It could block you a little bit. I don't know why they're going with this, but it has potential. I think being able to just have Ukumon around definitely speeds up the tempo, and then you get the Digi-Evolution. What's throwing me off is a lot of the hot one-ofs. You have like a Gallantmon here for the on-play draw, then trash 1 card. You got Gabumon from the start of deck 16 for start of main phase. You got a lot of one-ofs. And then you have Gallantmon to pop something of a level 3 trying to block you. Gabumon, and then Bascomon. So the major reason why this deck is so interesting to me is it's not even running the Garurumon engine, which would be the faster engine. It's kind of using the, Proto-Geese and the Gizamon line, and then they're using actually Bakamon. So, when Digimon on deletion, draw a card, then trash a card. Does a small window of like this, but it's just interesting to me to see what's going on with it. I think there's a lot of potential, and then you have Apocalymon being Apocalypticmon, and it's all good stuff here at the end of the day. It's just very powerful. The deck's going to mill you out. It has very strong on-plays, being able to have a protection from Digimon effects when the form of Craniumon, Magnadramon preventing damage because that blanketed. Then you have the preventive Digi-Evolution through, Metallic Dramon. All this does add up. And then, what's really interesting here is they're running Bagramon, so it does that when Digivolving, and you get to Your opponent has 2 or more Digimon in play, place one of your opponent's Digimon under, but then you can do a Thoughtseize. Being able to main deck a Thoughtseize and play it for like 3 costs is ridiculous. Then we do have Blue Flare. Blue Flare is starting to tech in some black cards. So let's talk about Blue Flare's new black card entry. So definitely seeing super connection. So main, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Machine or Cyborg in its traits among them to your hand. Trash 1 card with Machine and Cyborg among them. Return the rest to the top of the deck. Then place this card in the battle area. Delay. You may play 1 level 5 or higher Digimon with Machine or Cyborg. So if we think about it, you know, Z-Greymon is a Cyborg. Metal Garurumon is a Cyborg. Then you do have like this. Nope, not a Cyborg. It's this one. Yep, Cyborg for Metal Greymon. So you can definitely speed up your deck clock with Supreme Connection. And then you have like Trident Arm to de-digivolve. And then force your opponent to attack. Which then basically if you stun them, they can't do anything. So that kind of sucks. But, you know, you also have ways of forcing your opponent's movements and restricting them. And then you do play Marvin. So Jackson here, you know, Mind Link, all this Digimon with Machine, Cyborg, or SOC in its trait. This Digimon gains Jamming and Blocker. So basically not a bad trade-off with Jackson. He gains, by trashing 1 card with Machine, Cyborg, or SOC in its traits, gain 1 memory. Mind Link, you know, with the Machine, you know, all the good stuff here. You know, being able to give it jamming means you have another way of doing jamming shenanigans. But that's all in all good stuff. Then Gallantmon was something I wanted to talk about because it hasn't seen much on the radar, but it's worth talking about. Gallantmon definitely has several iterations right now going for it. And it's pretty cool. I think we have some potential. The main factor is this Gallantmon really gave the deck something to work with. So if your board is cleared, you can slam this down. It has Rush. It at least takes out 2 Digimon, if not more. Especially in matches where you have to face mill decks. You're getting benefits here because as long as you get one of these guys going, you can take care of most apocalyptic mons. But also, Omnimon Merciful mode is ridiculous. So when Digivolving, delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon for each card with Mega in its traits in this Digi-Evolution cards. Return 10 cards in your opponent's trash to the bottom of their deck in any order. So being able to take Apocalyptic Mon down a peg means shuffling back their key pieces is huge. You need to be able to do that. This is basically the reason why. And also, it helps against the Anubis matchup because you get rid of their pieces too. So just stuff like this needs to be thought of. I think this is pretty cool. Just keep this in mind. The deck wants to mill out your opponent a little bit, but it's definitely a counter meta pick. It's only got 1 top so far. Nothing too crazy, but Gallantmon's definitely a pilot. Needs to be really good with it to do something with it. Then we do have Dianamon. Since Dianamon was on the list, I thought I had to cover her, right? Right. So Dianamon, really interestingly, it's basically a source strip package. Because you want to use her when Digivolving when attacking. For each of this Digi-Evolution card, trash any one of your opponent's Digimon. Then all your opponent's Digimon no Digi-Evolution cannot suspend until the end of opponent's turn. All turns when a Digimon card of an opponent's Digimon is trashed, unsuspend this Digimon. So basically, she gets a multi-unsuspend. So she can block twice on your opponent's turn if you have like a Zudamon Ace coming in and stuff like that. Or, you know, any other good stuff. And then she basically can multi-attack by just stripping something. So it's not bad. I mean, you get access to Gomamon X. So when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Sea Beast, Plesio, Beastkin, or X antibodies traits among them to your hand. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. And then when attacking until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon with Fewer or Sure cannot attack. You know, sources. That's pretty good, actually. Being able to stun lock. So Diana can multi-stun and do some crazy shenanigans. You know. I think it has a lot of potential, especially with Zudamon Ace being one of the most powerful aces we have. You know, even Joe being a decent card in here. So when a card is trashed from under one of your opponent's Digimon by suspending its tamer, gaining memory, and then on play trash 1 from under one of your opponent's Digimon, can be nasty, especially if hidden security with a Dianamon out can restand. And then Jumbo Gamamon, it's a blocker. When one of your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may play 1 level 5 or lower Digimon card with Digi-Evolution cards from this Digi-Evolution card without paying its memory cost. So and get your free Dianamon Ace out from Jumbo Gamma. It's not a bad deck at all. Then let's talk about SetCon. I didn't really break it down crazily because it's not much to talk about here. I mean, it's got some new cards. Using the, Angelomon Ace, it's not like it's recovering heavily, which is very interesting to me. I think this list could definitely do some fine-tuning, but using stuff that'll trash, this card here basically says minus 5k the board. If insecurity, especially after using it, you can play something. It's got some neat tricks. I think the SetCon is not like the fine-tuned best one you want to be playing, but it's an option. And it's not terrible. But then we also have the Numamon brothers here. It's a fun deck, actually, taking a look at it. Just being able to, give the Numamon SOC, Rush, and stuff like that. But you have, like, Mumsay, and you get to do some crazy fun shenanigans. It's nothing going to be overly competitive, but it's just Numamon being Numamon. It's just an annoying little fun deck at this point. The same thing with Filth. It's, the Edamon poop deck. They're both fun, kind of gimmicky decks that just want to have fun at the end of the day. It's not going to win you any events. So, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Guys, have a happy Halloween. I'll catch you next one. Peace!